And welcome back. It's been a hot minute since the last video, almost a month. I apologize for that. We've been a little bit busy. Nati, say good morning.
Hi, winning.
We've been busy. We've been inundated with normal client projects. We had a few flips that needed to be attended to. We moved in, and yeah, we just got too busy to get the videos out. We've got a few videos that is backed up, so we'll try and get those or squeeze those in as we go forward. But here's the update on the flip. Doing a flip is not fun. Let's get that out the way. But here we go. Here's the updates. So first of all, we've got lights all the way down the bottom. So these used to be that dodgy hanging bulbs. We closed off the manhole because you can't get into the roof. There's no point for a manhole. The wall at the end of the passage has been taken out. I think that was the last video already. This bathroom, we've pretty much taken all the tiles out. So we have prepped for tiling. And we are ready for the next phase, which is the plumbing phase. So that toilet's going to come over here. So it's central. There we go. So let's start at the start. This wall's 1.6 meters. We've taken 600 out for the basin and whatever we want to do on this side. And then we left with 1 meter. So from the wall to there it's 500 and to there it is 600. So if I put the toilet in here, 500, which is fine for us, then you can, but you still got a little bit more space because theoretically, depends on the size of you're going here. You don't need to go the full 600. You can go slightly smaller, however, that is your choice. That brings us to the next point. The next point is, I want to go bigger window, but is it worth it? It's a lot of work, but I feel that it's needed. Not anything more than you don't always want the lights to be on. So this is what it looks like with lights on. So and that's what it looks like with the lights off. So going slightly bigger, I feel that you will almost have enough light in this room that you don't need to always switch on the light. But it will be better. So let's just light that on. Yeah, so that is the plan. Bigger window, toilet's gonna go in here. We want one of those hidden toilets where all of it is in the wall. Go big on the window, full-size countertop left to right. Here's the middle of the room, exactly. There you go, there's exactly. So you're gonna run the plumbing just off center, and then from there run the supply through for the toilet. So that is that for the first bathroom. This is going to be the guest bathroom, nothing more, just guest. Obviously my son will use it and whoever sleeps over will use it. And then this will be a shower, basin and hidden toilet. Not hidden, I'm not sure what you call it, but it's those toilets that's in the back of the wall. So again, some measurements. The toilet is, the center's over there. And this is the center, theoretically, if you divide the room again. So this room is a little bit longer. It's 2 meters wide, and then again 1.6. So 2 meter long, 1.6 wide. So you got a full meter from there to there for your shower, which is ample. And then you got another full meter from the outside wall to that wall to here. So we can fit in a full-size window, and I want to go try and get these windows not the same size but similar designs. Now for me to break open just for one brick is not worth it. To break open for one brick is not worth it, but to go all the way to the end and all the way to almost on the shower, that'll be worth it. But then I need to go as high as possible as well. The problem is currently when you go to the POV. So if you were on the toilet, so hopefully with the sunken in toilet, you can get a little bit more space out of it. And then if you move it up a little bit as well, the door will open and close slightly easier. These doors will be upgraded to wood doors, solid wood doors, raw wood doors. Eventually, ceilings are out, the lights has been installed. We left it open because we still want to change all the galvanized pipes out when we redo the shower, and we need to up that connection over there. That needs to be nice and tight. So moving on, This wall's been taken out. We've got the tiles, we just need to fit them, but we first want to plaster before we fit these tiles. This wall's obviously been bricked, so it needs to be closed. The wall went to the top, so that's already been done. We just need to primer it, but we're not doing any painting in this house until we are done. So this is the games room at the moment. Everything is just smashed in here. So if you want to watch on TV or need to do some computer work, it's in here. Very tight. We've still not fixed any of the stuff up. Light works, even though it's horrible. And then I still need to do these two downlights. Here we go, next room. So this is the TV room. Ceilings has been taken out. The plaster has been removed. We've got two different types of bricks here. So this was the original part of the house, and then this was the built on. Because as you can see, this color goes all the way up and across. So you can see that that was the exterior wall, and then this was the add-on. On top there, what they've done there is not quite right. You got two pictures coming into each other at weird angles. So there is an issue that needs to be attended to at some point. Ideally, the whole pitch needs to go all the way out to the other ridge line. We've taken out the electrical cables because it was a telecom point, which is telephone point there, and then power that side or whichever way, and then that always went to the top. We've taken that off, we blocked it off, and we've given this room one center point there and a point for the TV. Given it another supply point for here that goes to the bottom. So if you have surround sound or whatever the case may be, I've just asked the guys to include another point to the top, getting in surround sound or whatever have you. Then the wall will be plastered. All those cavities will be plastered. Then we're going to cement or acid wash everything to get the cement that's left over from the plastering off. Then we're going to replaster onto it. Bottom, top. So sorry, all of that sections there will be plastered, and it'll be plastered in like a charcoal gunmetal color. So oxide, what do you call it? It's just the oxide. So there you go. So that will be mixed into the plaster mix after all of the cables has been done and been joined. The electrical is working. We just need to neaten up this cable was left out, so we're just trying to pull it through. We've not paid enough attention to it, and then we can just connect everything back in place. There's 2 points here, one for outside and one for inside. Just needs to be neatened, and yet again the electrical just needs to be neatened. Ceiling, obviously ceiling was dropped and this new ceiling was being put in, so we did it this way due to the fact that in the other property we flipped. We did it all the way against the brand ring, and so all the way against that brand ring over there was the ceiling. The problem is that if it gets so hot in this room is that you don't want to spend time in it. So that's why we've brought it forward and created the cavity. I'm not sure if you guys can see there's a little flat part from there to about, loose like it, about there somewhere. It runs across. So should the heat get too much, it goes up to the top and it accumulates in that cavity. And then from that cavity, you can put extraction on or something to get the air out of the roof cavity. We did start with the insulation. So these 1, 2, 3 has been insulated. We still need to do 1, 2, and 3. So we have ran out of insulation. So when we redo the ridge line, the ridge is disaster, then we'll just put in the isolation for these 3 sections. In regards to the holes on the side, obviously we've got our electrical running in that cavity. So there will be a drop down around about from where that cable conduit is down to 2.5 off the floor. So just less than 2.5, and comes out, it goes up. And then we're going to have hidden curtain rails inside. So it's not your C channel, it's the one that comes from the top that we're going to have the curtains from, and then we're going to have fireplace comes out. We'll maybe reinstall it later. So the curtains will be all the way from here to there to there. So when you close it, and close this to the center, so you're going to have two sheets, two drops, I think they call it. Not really my specialty. From there to there, and then from there to there. So when you close it, it'll look like a cinema room. And ultimately, when you sit, you're going to have the curtains going all the way down, the curtains all the way down for both sides. I'm not going to do that drop ceiling effect this side. We're only going to do it 1, 2, and 3. So that's the planning on that. No lights. We're only going to have lights shining up. So there's no lights from the top down. And then we're going to go one further past this truss to the next truss to create a cavity. And then we're going to have a light in the cavity that beams up and fills this cavity. So that's it for this room. All the walls has been sanded with a diamond pad, so it's very nice and smooth. We're going to keep some texture in the room as to just flow with the rest of the property, because the rest of the house still got the old plaster. This room, not much has happened. We have made holes for the lights. Ceilings has been prepped and ready. The whole room has been sanded. New electrical cables has been pulled through. There's a additional power point that is needed somewhere there. For the bathroom, there's one more light needed, no light needed in here. The other 3 is being connected up. Ceiling is prepped and ready. And then once the guys have done the final sanding of the corner of the Rhino lights, Rhino Glide, then we can pretty much start on the cornices. Look, this is just a quick fix. It's not a permanent solution. This is just to survive winter. We are currently in the middle of winter, so running all the way from that side of the house to the side of the house to shower is not fun. It's really not fun. But thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back. We'll try and get the videos up a little bit more on time, but it should go better. We have settled in. Life is getting slightly back to normal, define normal these days. But have a good day, and then hopefully speak to you guys soon.